This bucket is full of air. See? The H stands for hose. So, I turn on the hose, which combines H with O and makes water.
So I was scrolling on Twitter the other day, like I normally do, and I came across this tweet from the official PBS Kids Twitter account, which I follow, and they posted this chart, and I found this chart to be pretty interesting because of some of the decisions that they make. As you can see, I'll just explain it real quick. There's newer shows at the top, nostalgic shows at the bottom, and then depending on how cool they think the show is, they'll, skew it more to the left or right. And, you look at this from a first initial perspective and you're like, okay, this makes sense. But when you start to look into it, let's just say some people were not exactly happy. Someone said, not Odd Squad being on the nostalgic side, and not y'all calling me out, tagging exists for a reason to VM. Why is Don Quixote on the nostalgic side? I think the exact same thing. I don't even know when that show came out, but I don't consider it to be nostalgic at all. Then again, what do I know? I'm from a different generation than, the target audience. Let's start with Sesame Street. It's the oldest show on this list. It's by far the most nostalgic of this certain selection. I would say it's very cute. Puppets are really cute. I think they got that one pretty correct. Arthur, another huge nostalgic show. I agree that it is pretty cool too. I think it has cute moments, of course, but they got some cool episodes, some cool characters, moments. I think they got that one pretty spot on. Wildcrats. I almost don't want to believe that it's super nostalgic, and I would say it's a pretty cool show too. If you really like animals, Chris and Krat, they're such cool guys too. Like come on, look at them. Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood. I remember when the show premiered. I guess you kind of have to consider it nostalgic at this point. It has been a long time. I think more than 10 years at this point. And, they got it spot on. I would say it is a cute show. Would not put it anywhere towards the cool side of this chart. So I think they did a good job in that one. Odd Squad. Odd Squad is another one where I'm like, I don't want to believe it's nostalgic. It's been on for almost 10 years. I guess it's considered nostalgic at this point to some people at least, and I think the cool rating on this one definitely makes more sense than a cute one, so we'll leave it at that. Don Quixote. I refuse to believe that this is a nostalgic show. I don't really remember. I don't really know how long it's been on the air for, I'm not gonna lie. I've actually never sat down and watched an episode of the show either. You're gonna notice me saying that a lot as I go further up the list, but I will say it's on the too cute spectrum. I think I'm okay with that rating. I definitely don't see it being on the cool, although I do think puppets are really cool. It's cool to have another puppet show on the channel, but it's a tough one to rate. Eleanor Wonders Why. I've never seen a single episode of this show, so I can't really comment too much on it. Is it cute? Probably. Nature Cat. I have had the honors of watching this show at least a little bit. Haven't seen too much of it. Personally, I don't really like it. I don't think it's very good. But does it deserve to be on the too cool part? I don't know. I would put it maybe towards the middle, maybe. It's got cute characters, I guess. Maybe there's cool aspects to it that I don't know. Molly of Denali. I've never sat down an episode of this show. I don't know, it hasn't drawn me. A lot of these shows I haven't watched. I have a younger sibling, so that's kind of when I've, if it's ever on, I'll hear it in the background, but I have no interest really in paying attention. But Molly of Denali, sure, it's cool, I guess. I think it has a much more interesting art style than a lot of the stuff coming out. Everything else, the recent shows, they are starting to look pretty samey in my opinion, like Rosie's Rules, Work It Out Wombats, Lila and the Loop. I have no idea what these are about. I have no clue. I haven't kept up with them at all. I don't know, it's just kind of a thing where all these shows, the newer ones at least, they all look pretty similar, even though I'm not the target demographic for some of these shows. It's definitely pushing me away from watching them. At least they got them on the chart pretty well, I think. I haven't seen them, but I'm sure they look cute. Yeah, that's just kind of a run through of all the shows that they personally selected. But just one more thing before I end this off, and this could totally be just based on the selection of shows that they picked, but I'm almost seeing a tiny bit of a divide. If you look on the nostalgic side, there's 4 cute shows and 3 cool shows. Pretty accurate placements for them. But you go to the newer shows and there's 4 cute shows but only 2 cool shows. So automatically in my mind, I'm like, well, are they almost doing this initiative where they want their new shows to be more cute? That could explain why I said before how a lot of the shows are starting to look pretty samey and have the same vibe pretty much, whereas there's only 2 cool shows on the new list, and we're not seeing as many new creative stuff. So I don't know, maybe I'm looking too much into it. Maybe I could talk about that another time, but that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about for today in this update. Do you agree with these placements? If not, let me know, and yeah, we'll see what happens next.